The Lionesses take on the Netherlands tonight in their second group game at the Euros, needing a positive result to keep their title defence alive.
We're going to get some more on this now and speak to former England forward Rachel Yankey. Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. Great to see you this morning. You're actually at a girls' football session right now, aren't you, to highlight the changes that are needed in order to keep girls playing football, because we know the dropout rate kicks up a notch, doesn't it, as girls get older. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yeah, of course I can. I'm down here at Oxford's United's training ground, and with the Play Their Way campaign, which is fantastic. You see the girls playing behind me. It's all about positive first experiences for girls in football, and the girls here behind me have helped to design the session. They're playing a training session which the coaches have designed the outline, but the information within the session is their information. It's what they want to do. They've set themselves challenges, and really that's what the campaign's about. It's about trying to encourage girls to actually feel valued within the sport that they're doing and have an input in that to keep them within the sport. We've seen the drop-off rates from primary school levels of people of the girls being active, and then once they get into secondary school sort of dipping out, and we want to make sure that everybody that has a go at sport, that tries sport, then continues in life, and obviously that's for health benefits and for many different reasons. I mean, even for myself, I look at things that I've learned just in life, from those life skills that you learn through playing football, problem solving, being able to talk and communicate with teammates, and think quickly. All those things were taught to me, but through the game of football, and that's what these girls are learning. So yeah, it's a fantastic day, and tonight they'll go and watch their role models on TV, and fingers crossed they can get the win and inspire and keep inspiring this generation of footballers.
Yeah, you did a great thing there today, Rachel. And as you say, the Lionesses have a huge game tonight. Pressure is on Sarina Wiegman's side, of course. But do you expect them to thrive under the pressure?
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that, when you know what they have to do. They have to win this game. It's rather like being in a cup final. You have to win it, otherwise it's a bad day, and it's a sad day for everyone. So, I think that it's an easy task, and I think there's enough quality within this team to definitely be able to produce and definitely get a win. So, from the last game, it's not really a shock in any sort of walk of life to lose to France. It's not what we wanted, obviously, that scoreline and that result. But we have another opportunity against Netherlands. It will be extremely difficult, but I believe that the team, can win the game and get through, and hopefully have a successful competition. And just like the under-21s men's teams did, bring back the trophy that's theirs.
Looking back on that defeat to France, what do the Lionesses need to improve on to ensure they get a result tonight?
Yeah, I think for me it would be interesting, obviously, the team that is set out, who we start with, how we set up, and obviously I think it will be a different team that probably finishes the game, because I think we started really positively against France. And we ended under pressure, and we ended positively, but we needed to have that pressure there. We needed to try and find a goal, there was the middle part that I think you have to really be complimentary of France, the way that they play. They're a fantastic team. They had such power. And they really, they took the game for large periods, and I suppose it would have been now that the England team would have gone away. They would have looked at that result, would have looked at many things and analysed and worked on what they want to do for this Netherlands game. So for me, the interesting part is how we set up and what team we go with. But I know every single player will know what they have to do, and will give 100% and try their best to obviously get that win.
Of course, Rachel, if we look at the opposition, you've got Vivianne Miedema with a meagre 126 caps for her country. Not like your 129, by the way, which always blows my mind. How do they stop her, though?
Yeah, I mean, it's always a tough task. What a fantastic player, and the records that she set, you know, and her ratio of scoring goals is absolutely incredible. But I suppose the bonus is many of these players will have played against her many times, will know her from being teammates, and will know exactly her strengths and weaknesses, and they'll be ready to play against her. So and many of the other players from the Netherlands team. So I think it'll be a really interesting game. You know, on paper, I don't know who's set out to be sort of the top dog in this, but you know, they're two fantastic teams, and you know, two teams that will give everything, and I know that they will want to win because they want to stay in the competition and win the competition, but they also want to make sure the next generation of footballers, as we see here, you know, have something proud to look at and really give back to that to grow the game and make sure that they can inspire and get young kids to play football and you know, bring up the world of women's football to a higher standard.
Well, very well said. Ignore what it may or may not say on paper. We've got to get a prediction from you. Go with your gut. Can the Lionesses do it?
Yeah, I do think they can actually. I think, you know, it's sometimes when you're under pressure, that's when you perform at your best, and I think we need some goals. I'm hoping for a 3-1, but I think it might be a bit closer, maybe a 1-0 or a 2-1. So I've given you loads of predictions then. Hopefully we win.
That's the main thing we're after. Rachel, thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of the day there in Oxford.
Thank you very much. Take care, guys.